And good afternoon and welcome to Through the Static. I am the host, Stephen the Medium, and once again we're live and I'm really excited about it. And I'm here with my wonderful co-host,
the other part of Steelix.
Coach Helix is in the house.
Coach Helix, yay.
And Mark, who is producing the show, is with us also. But I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday, a great week. I hope everybody is doing well. And we're just very, very excited to get to be here. And there's a lot going on that I want to share. But I first have to start with, Helix, what's going on with you?
What I want to know is how many of your listeners watch our live and how many of them are making that wonderful coquito drink for the holidays.
You know,
That's what I want to know.
I brought that up on Facebook Live, and there were a lot of positive comments that people loved it. They loved the show, and I am sure there's got to be some people that are making that coquito because, as I mentioned on Facebook Live, that coquito is scrumptious. It's just it's incredible.
Yes, I would agree with you. So, and we have plenty in our refrigerator, so we better get busy drinking lots of coquito.
Well, yeah, and expanding, buying maternity pants too, so that we can fit them in. But I have really exciting news that I just shared on Facebook Live. You know, if you're on Facebook and you listen to the show, make sure around quarter of 5, I always go on Facebook Live just to chat. I really can't do too many readings, or sometimes I don't do any readings because I'm doing readings now on the show. But it's a lot of fun just to get the updates. And what I shared with everybody on Facebook Live is that I got information on when the documentary through Lady of the Dunes is premiering. And this documentary I am in. And I am so excited. It's my first documentary I am part of. So on February 1st, the director said this will be being sent to distributors. And in April, there's already 2 screenings in Cape Cod. I don't know yet where. I'm assuming most likely one's in P-Town, but I don't know if both are in P-Town or someplace else on Cape Cod. But how exciting is that, Helix?
That's super exciting. Am I going to be there?
I
don't know. Will I have like a cameo? You know, in the in the documentary. I was there. I was in the background.
Well, maybe we could be in the credits, and you could be, you know, what you've wanted to do is just putting curlers in my hair.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do that.
Yeah,
I'll ask him.
Yeah, we should talk about that. Maybe.
Well, no. Listen, let's Elix, focus. You got to see your focus. See, I'm very focused when I talk, right?
Oh, yeah. Focus is exactly what I would use to describe you. Absolutely.
But that you're right though, Elix. Elix was part of the documentary because when I went to film it, and I had two, as I was saying on Facebook Live, 2 separate sets to film on, one outside, one inside. Elix was front and center and watched it all. So I cannot tell you how excited, and just like all my friends, you know, that I reached out to today when I found out about February 1st and April, and everyone is just cannot wait to see this. And you know, I'm hoping, I think the plan is at a minimum get it on PBS also, which would be so great that people would be able to see it, you know, nationwide, and we'd be able to have a premiere party. Elix, how exciting is that?
That would be amazing. I like parties.
Yeah, and you know, the great thing about a documentary, which even though I was part of it, you know, I have no idea how he edited this. I wrote a note from Lady of the Dunes. So will the note be seen? You know, my 2 separate filmings. You know, how much of that will be part of it? I'm really excited. But you know, I'm just so grateful that I was one of the mediums. I said on Facebook Live there were 3 mediums that were chosen. He wanted 3, but he reached out to. I can't remember if he said 30 or 50. It was a high number. And that when he reached out, I don't know if you remember.
It was about 30, I think.
And that every single medium said they wanted to do it. And he ultimately, based on interviews, picked 3, and I was one of the lucky ones. So, but I connected with him immediately, and we're in contact with each other all the time. So he's just the greatest guy. I mean, Elix, don't you love him?
He really is. He's very unassuming, very genuine, very authentic, and he's the real thing. I really like. I like his energy a lot.
And so smart. Like, you're just so smart. And, one of the great things, Elix, I think you called it, was you can feel that he is 150% into what he does in this arena, that he's an actor slash producer slash director, and he just puts everything into this. And that's why, the outcome of, or the result of what he does is just so terrific.
Yeah, and he does whatever he needs to do.
Well, exactly.
And that's what I love about some people like him. Like, they just roll their sleeves and they just get the job done.
No, exactly. So, and what else? One thing that I didn't mention, which is definitely worth mentioning, last week, the day after we came back from LA, and you and I talked about LA and just how great it was. One thing that I neglected to bring up is what happened when we were on, I think it was Santa Monica Beach walking. We were leaving Venice Beach and walking down, and all of a sudden on this boardwalk with people around, you heard that guy like yell out loudly. Do you remember what he yelled?
Yes. Donny Osmond.
I'm shocked at you that you remembered that. Now, I haven't heard that since I was a kid, and all of a sudden we're walking, and this guy is with other people, and he like looks at me and screams, "Donny Osmond!" I'm like, oh my god, that was loud, very loud. But it brought back memories, because as a kid, I used to get that a lot. So it's good. And I know he was referencing Donny Osmond, a much younger Donny Osmond, even though Donny Osmond still looks good.
He actually said that.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He said that there's, of course, the younger version. And you ask yourself, why would I forget this? Seriously? Oh, I don't even know, people.
Oh my God! As a matter of fact, when I went to a friend of mine's prom, and we referenced ourselves as Donnie and Marie because I looked like Donny Osmond, and I guess she didn't really look like Marie, but she had dark hair and curly hair, so yeah, I guess it was good. She's a really, really nice person. Her name is Mary, and not Mary in like the gay slang, like, hey Mary, come over here, talking to a gay guy. I'm talking about a real woman, Mary. I'm just sharing that. Are you rolling your eyes, Elix?
Yes, right. My eyes cannot go any further back at the moment.
How did he stay around almost 29 years with me?
I
don't know either. I don't know. But clearly this is before I realized that I was gay, that I went to a prom with a woman. So, and just saying, whether she wanted to or not, the only luck she got was, I think, the next day we went out to breakfast. That's all I can give her. That was it. I tried my best, but that was it. So, just is that too much? Is that TMI?
A little bit. Yeah, moving along.
Well, I hope everyone, at a minimum, I hope everyone that's listening is laughing and smiling, and people that know me just know, no, this makes sense with Steven. It makes sense.
Some of the people that know you are just as crazy. So.
I think, well, when it comes from the people that I introduced to you that I knew before, they're all nuts. Yeah, they're all. I mean, just look at Karen. They're nuts. They're just crazy nuts in a good way. So listen, we had a very brief period that we could chat because the commercials were really long. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a break. 508-222-1320 is the phone number, and when we come back, whoever is waiting on the phone, get ready because we're going to start doing readings. So we will be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium, your host, and I'm here with Coach Elix. Hello, Coach Elix.
Hello, Stephen the Medium.
Everybody say hi, Coach Elix. And we're here with Mark, too, who's producing the show. So let me go right to the first caller that we've got tonight. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hi, Stephen. It's Erica.
Erica, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good also. So let's see what's going on here, Erica.
Mojitos, Stephen. I'm ready.
So you watched the video, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Can you guys send me your address?
Yeah. Oh, let me just post it right on Facebook so that everybody comes, Erica.
No, private message. Elix.
Yeah, he's here. He's being the silent type. So let me just check in here with you, Erica. I was about to say that there's something like close, and there may be someone's yelling out like a birthday or an anniversary, but they keep talking about Christmas, like December. Is there somebody connected to you that's like a December birthday or anniversary?
My daughter's birthday is in December.
Oh, I got it. So just know that I was going to say it's one specific person, but I got to tell you, with you, there's just I don't even know if I can decipher. They're all just screaming because they're also just saying that this is such an amazing point in your life and where you are and where you're going, and also whether you know this or not. Somebody just yelled out. It sounds like a grandfather. But it actually, to be honest, it sounds like a great grandfather. Someone you didn't even know just yelled out, just so proud of where you've come and where you are now. So it's a really nice compliment, and also complimenting your daughter. Is your daughter connected, Erica, like to spirit? Because when I tune into her, there's a lot of activity around her.
Yes, she is.
And before I knew who the first caller is, because I don't know until you tell me your name, I wrote down angel or angels. So there's got to be something connected with when I see angels, it's either like literal angels, or it is like singing, like if someone likes to sing, like a choir or something like that. So your daughter doesn't sing?
Yeah, she's always singing.
But it seems like because she's got to be young, so it seems like it's more than that. It seems like, and when you were younger, you were never, or there was nobody like in the choir, like connected to you?
No, I'm not that
I love Erica. Hell no. So if it's not that, then it's something to do with angels. Either somebody loves angels or someone's calls. Oh my God, that's what it is.
My mom loves angels. Me and my brother always used to get her angel decorations.
Wow. And you know what? In addition to that, which I love you just said that, somebody calls somebody their angel. I don't know who this is, but somebody references somebody, and I don't know if they're just when they're praying or they're just connecting in spirit to them, but there's somebody that keeps saying, it's my angel, you're my angel. Or that's how they reference them.
Stephen, it's me. I say that to my brother.
You reference him as your angel?
I do.
Oh my God, Erica.
Stop, you're going to make me cry.
This is so wild, and how cool is it that your brother's giving that as a validation that's so precious. And your brother just said to me, it's Stephen, it's so intimate to me that she actually, but he said, but my sister or any of my family wouldn't be surprised because that was our relationship. So nobody would be surprised that my sister references me as my angel. And I love what your brother just said. He said, because I am her angel. So, and your main angel, which I love. Even though I'll tell you, Erica, your brother is across the board with your family. I mean, he's this boy is I'm not even sure I know an adjective to say about him, because his love, and actually I should rephrase that. Your brother's love is just not just for his family, but it's for everybody. Like he's just he's so special, a very, very special soul. And the last thing I'm going to say before I let you go is that he just said to me, tell my sister every time she either has a memory or she thinks of me or she thinks about this or that, or he said, can you please remind her it's not her randomly thinking that, it's me, that I walk right up to her, lean on her, and that's where the memory comes from. So when you get a sign from him or you just get a memory of him, make sure, because you're really connected, make sure you know, Erica, that it's not random. It's actually him. And he loves it because he stands next to you and just waits for it to kick in. And then all of a sudden something of him will come up, and just know it's him. How cool is that?
That's awesome. I had to bug you because Sunday is his 4-year anniversary, so I had to bother you today.
Also, so when I said, it could be a double validation that it felt like there was an anniversary or birthday right now, but I also have December. I love that your brother, I probably kicked him out. He was coming first, and I just moved him aside to give props to your daughter. So, but he just said, but that's cool. That's cool. So, we'll also talk offline, okay?
Thank you, Stephen. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Erica. You have a great night. Lots of love to you. Let me go to the next. I will talk to you offline.
Bye.
Bye. Oh man. All right. Let me go to the next caller.
Hello.
Hi. This is Stephen. Who's this?
This is Emily.
Emily, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, good, Emily. Emily, let me ask you something. Do you have a crystal? Did somebody ever give you a crystal, or do you like crystals?
I like crystals, and I know someone named Crystal.
So, wait a minute. So you know someone Crystal, but you said you also have crystals?
Yeah.
The reason why I brought that up, as soon as I heard your voice with crystals, your friend Crystal is still here, right? Living.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. But the reason why I brought up the crystals is that, much like Erica, you're really also very connected, and someone just yelled out, she has no idea. Just make sure you know that whether you have crystals, maybe if it's 1, 2, it doesn't matter. Just make sure that when you're in a place that you need to make a decision, or if maybe you're down or you're sad or so, just grab a crystal and just put it in your hand, because crystals, enlighten and enhance the connection to spirit, and because you're already enhanced, it will sort of like exaggerate it. Okay. So also, you got a recent crossing. Someone connected to you within like the year past. So it also could be an animal. Could be an animal or a person. Make sure who's Brian or Bobby or Bill. Who's the B name connected to you, Emily? Either living or crossed. There's a really Brian, Barbara. There's a Bob. There's a B name connected to you. So if it doesn't come, just make sure you keep it with you. And I always tell people the names can be either living or crossed. But there's a lot of things here, but you've got a birthday or an anniversary really close also. Something connected to you. Sister, brother. Are there 3 of you?
No.
Are you with me? So Emily, yeah. Who's 3? Who's got like is your mom or dad one of 3 or 3 siblings?
No. Well,
Okay.
Oh, no.
So just make sure you hang on to it, because someone just asked, "Are you drinking?" It's a grandmother who's stepping forward, and there's actually a great grandmother for you that's stepping forward. But she keeps talking about how does she, and also David or Donna. Who's the D? Denise? Who's D connected to you? Well, first name, middle name, last name. Just make sure you hang on to it. The great thing about this, Emily, is that it's recorded, so you can go on my Facebook page or you can go on WARA's YouTube and you can listen back to it and hear what I'm saying. Because I throw a lot out at people. Just make sure you keep it with you. Did you grow up with a dog?
No.
So there's. I love how Emily says no. So your mother, father, somebody had a big dog or has a big dog right now. It's like a retriever or shepherd, or there's a big dog connected to you.
My aunt's name starts with a D, and she had a dog that was huge, and she has one right now too.
And she what?
He's a lab.
It was a
Well,
lab?
My aunt, yeah,
And what's your aunt's name?
Debbie.
What is it?
Debbie.
Debbie, got it. So just know, the great thing about this, Emily, is that's what they do in spirit. It's random, but it's people that are connected to you. And just know that big dog was in spirit because it wants to step forward. When you said nope, I didn't grow up with them, that dog looked at me like, what is she talking about? Of course she knows. So just know that Auntie Debbie's dog stepped forward and let you know. And this great grandmother, I'm going to tell you something, Emily. You must be thinking of, I don't know if this is thinking of what you want to do or a change of what you want to do, or there's a lot of thinking and a lot of stuff going on with you, because when I go into your energy, I'm pulled a lot of different directions. That may even mean, in a couple of years, you're thinking about what to do. But are you like either thinking of changing or like with school or jobs or something like that?
Me and my mom are trying to move.
Oh, wow. So all of that, and that's the biggest kind of, big decision. And just know that your loved ones are letting you know that they know that, Emily. They know about you. They know about your mom. But the 3 is killing me. Where are the 3 kids? There's 3 kids. 3 kids, I keep hearing. So, oh, wait a minute. Are you one of 2?
No, I'm an only child.
So the reason why so go ahead, Emily.
My mom had like twins, but then the other one didn't make it out.
So wait a minute. So you've got siblings that are twins that are crossed?
I'm a twin, kinda.
Oh, so you mean your twin didn't make it?
Yes.
Got it. So know that the 2, and why I asked, are you one of 2? Just know that your twin is stepping forward, just to let you know that they're here. And I got to take a break. The last thing I'm going to ask you is, who's the C or K name? Or was supposed to be like Kevin or Chris or Kathy, or who's the C or K?
My cousin's name is Christopher.
So, but Christopher's here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, even though it feels like it's closer. I don't know if your twin, or your middle name, first name, someone was going to be a C or a K. Ask your mother that, okay? And make sure you... Go ahead.
My grandma's name is Karen.
And Grandma's crossed, right?
Yes.
Wow, I love it. Know that Grandma's stepping forward and giving you a huge hug, Emily. So, listen, I got to take a break or they're going to disconnect us. So, thank you for calling and lots of love to you, Emily, okay?
Thank you.
Alrighty, bye-bye, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium, the host of Through the Static. I am with Coach Elix. Coach Elix, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
And I'm also with Mark, who is producing the show. And I still swear that we should record the breaks because I think they're hilarious, that people can't hear, because I laugh a lot. So let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Darlene.
Hi, Darlene. How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay, so Darlene, let me tune in. Darlene, the first, soon as I heard your voice, is your father, who's the father energy? Is your father crossed?
Yes.
Your father is first to step forward and is very, very excited. And, you know, Darlene, was your father, I'm trying to figure this out, is your mother also crossed?
Yes.
Because your mom is also stepping forward. Do you remember, were they in, or was there somebody that like worked in a nursing home, or were they in a nursing home?
My mother wasn't in a nursing home, but she was in like a assisted living type of thing, or, you know, kind of like that. Okay,
the reason why I was asking is I just saw, I actually could smell being in a place that was either like a nursing home or also something like you know, when they have elder care services or different organizations in different towns. That's what I sort of felt like. So, Darlene, where does the rose come in?
The rose.
There's a
my middle name is Rose.
That's where it comes in, Darlene. I love that. I love that your parents are giving that as a reference. How cool is that? Just to make sure you know it's them. But is your father been gone for a while?
Yes. Yeah.
Because he just stretched out his arms, meaning that he's been gone for a long time. But wait a minute. Did you lose a sibling?
Yes, I've lost 7 siblings.
Oh my God, they're all. I just can't. They all just bombarded me, and I just said, "Who are you?" We're siblings. We're siblings. Well, there was a brother that came first, that stepped forward. So, so now that all your siblings want to make sure you know that they're also with you. And Darlene, I'll tell you, there's a couple of things. Did you ever have a cat?
Long time ago, and we have cats now too.
Right, so you have cats now. Just know that there's a cat. Your siblings just talked about a cat with them in spirit, as well as I'm not surprised if you have. What are they saying? Darlene, you currently have cats?
We have 2 cats. I live with my daughter and her husband.
So do you remember one of the animals having like a different kind of paw or claw, something different? When I tune in, Darlene, I don't know if it's the cats you have now, but someone keeps showing me their paws and they're different. Like you know, have you ever heard of a cat that is like a 6 paw? Like the cat doesn't have 5 paws but has 6?
No.
You never heard of that?
No,
Oh.
I've not heard of that, and I've never actually had. I had a dog, a dog that had been sick from the time I got them, and she lived like 15 years, and they said she was not going to live that long at all, like maybe a month.
Wow!
But that was a dog.
So just make sure, Darlene, keep with you the paws. There's something with someone keeps talking about the paws that are either different, or sometimes I wasn't sure if it was a cat that maybe was declawed or something like that. So just make sure you keep it with you. And there's who's the W, like William or Whiskers, or there's I don't know if this is a person or an animal, but there's something connected with the W name. Unless one of the animals was white. It's either one or the other. So if someone had an animal that was completely white, or there's it's a person. You didn't have somebody living across that first name, middle name, like William or Wendy or a W name?
My
my husband's grandpa is William.
Darlene, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, see, and my daughter was telling me that her husband's grandfather was named William.
Oh, not surprising that your daughter's husband's side is stepping forward, and I guarantee you that if your daughter asks her husband, there's there's something with the paw of an animal. There's something connected with the paw of an animal. So just make sure you keep it with you. And what's the 8? There's something with the number 8, like August, a birthday or an anniversary.
Well, my mom's birthday is in August, and my brother, who is deceased, was in August too.
Wow! So just
Wayne was in August. I have 3 siblings that had birthdays in August that have passed.
Wow! So just giving that also as a beautiful reference. And who's Ann, or the AN name? There's an Ann or Anthony. There's an AN or Angela, Anthony, and it could be connected to your daughter's husband's side too. But there's a first name, middle name with an A.
Oh yeah, that like my daughter's father, my daughter's father, which grandpa is Anthony.
Oh, I love it.
He has passed. He has passed. Yeah.
I love it, Darlene. I love that. Grandpa Anthony wants to be heard too. He's a character also, by the way.
He is.
He's a character. He is, because he just said, what is this going with my daughter's. My granddaughter's husband's side. I'm here too, so he wanted to be validated, which is really really cool. And I'll tell you something, Darlene. When Anthony came through, he keeps talking about a license plate. Somebody must have either had a vanity or kept a license plate, or just did something with the registration or something with the license plate. You, your daughter, or maybe your daughter's husband, just make sure you hang on to it, because there's something very, very specific.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know for sure, because his son had also passed, who used to be my husband, and he's in the spirit world too. And so I don't know if there was something with him that had something to do with that. I don't know.
Well, it's very specific. Now that you talk about your husband, it's very specific of. It looks to me like a license plate. It looks like they keep pointing to either a license plate that has like veterans on it, or or something like a vanity plate. So make sure you keep that with you. And it's also a way, when you just brought up your husband, letting you know that he's also stepping forward. He actually he also just said that there's a birthday or an anniversary really close too. You got something connected really close. So when I get a bouquet of flowers,
we had our anniversary was in December.
You mean your anniversary is coming up?
Well, December 15th was our wedding anniversary.
Okay, so that's coming. So just make sure you know that he's giving as a great validation for that. And he just talked about the plates. They almost look like decorative plates. Or did someone hand down plates? Like, did you have your mother's plates?
I have my grandmother's plate.
My daughter had her grandmother's plate.
Oh, I love it. When I just heard your daughter speak, music came with her. Did your daughter play music?
She sings, and she can play too. But
I love it, Darlene. I love it, and I love. What is your daughter's name?
Natalie.
I love it. So if Natalie can hear me, Natalie, you're so talented, like really talented. And I love the fact when I heard you say something about, commenting, I music just like oozed out of you in connection with just the artistic piece to you. I love that. And, Natalie and Darlene, everybody in spirit is just giving such, I just saw everybody bow to Natalie, just talking about just how talented and what an amazing daughter you have. But Darlene, do you have two, or does Natalie have two?
Natalie has two. I had
So, so know that I knew it was one or the other because everyone scream and validate the two kids. So just make sure they're validating your grandchildren, and always with Natalie. Your husband, Darlene, he's private. Like when I talk to him, he will keep things in, that he's sort of suspect. Like, does this really work? Like, I'm dead. How can you hear me? I love your husband, but he's giving you both big
It
hugs,
sounds like it.
and how much he is always with you and around you and loves you. And the last thing I'll tell you, Darlene, is why does he keep talking about the ring?
I mean, I
There's-
still have my ring.
but his ring is with him.
His ring is with him.
There's
But
something.
my ring that he gave me is with me. I still have it.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured that, but it's not that. He's talking about something else with a ring. Maybe it's also like your mom or somebody else that handed down a ring, or there's something very special about a
my
ring.
mom did. Oh, I have my mother's. Oh, it's with him.
I
No.
have that ring of his.
Well, you have a ring. Well, my daughter has a ring of his.
Wait a minute.
After
Oh,
he
I love.
passed.
Oh, I love this. So Natalie has a ring of her father's.
Yes.
I love it. Hey, listen, Darlene, this is just,
Yeah.
your husband's pushing you aside, and this is all about Natalie. I love it. He loves you. He loves, Darlene, he loves you too, and is giving this huge hug, and how much he loves you. I've got to take a break because they're gonna hang up on us. So lots of love to both of you. Thank you, Darlene and Natalie, for calling in.
Thank you so much.
All right, lots of love to you. Have a great night, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium, and let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hi, Stephen. It's Denise. How are you?
I'm good, Denise. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Okay, Denise, I keep seeing the alphabet with you. Well, there's a couple things I keep seeing with you, but did someone do like a short stint as a teacher or was a teacher, either living or crossed?
No.
So make sure you hang on to it because there's something, and it doesn't have to be like an academic teacher. It could be someone who taught music or taught cooking. Oh, no, it's not. That's not it. It's somebody that's taking classes now or is about to or is thinking about taking some kind of class connected to you. There's got to be somebody who's, if you don't know or if you haven't heard, wait, just keep your eyes open for this. Either somebody may be interested in taking like music lessons or cooking lessons or just did or is. So make sure you keep it with you. And who's the F, like Frank or Fran connected to you? Or Philip or Fred. There's a really strong F name living across. It could be first name, middle name, last name. Just make sure you keep it with you. And someone keeps bringing me to the ocean also. And it also feels like at some point, and I don't know, Denise, if this is a long time ago, somebody did some kind of ceremony or memorial. This doesn't necessarily mean that you were there. It just means that they're giving some kind of validation for some sort of ceremony or service. Sometimes when they bring things up, it may even be that someone thought about it, planned it, but it didn't actually even happen. So just make sure you also just keep that with you. There's a guy. Is your dad crossed?
No, my dad's here.
There's a younger guy, so 60s or below. I don't know if this is like dad's brother or, you've got somebody. Did you lose like a brother-in-law, or is there like mom or dad lose like a brother like younger, like 60s or below?
I lost my husband.
Oh, so it's your husband. And so, wow. So just know that your husband, with a very, very good sense of humor, just said that took long enough. So just know that he's stepping forward to let you know that he's here. The ocean is connected to him. So I don't know why does he keep talking about the ocean?
Years ago, he almost drowned down the Cape, but I just recently moved to Rhode Island, and I can walk down to the water. So I don't know if that might be what it is.
Denise, yeah. See, yeah, you can actually walk down to the ocean?
Yeah, one of the bays here in Warwick. Yeah.
I love it. Hey, how cool is that? Well, it's a double validation that he, God forbid, thank God he didn't almost drown, but also that more importantly, he knows exactly where you are, that you just moved and that you're close to the ocean. And I love that. But there's also some kind of ceremony that someone did. So make sure you just hang on to that and make sure you keep the teacher on your husband's side. There's somebody on his side that either taught for a little bit or and they're crossed. Because I can hear them. And there's like Mary or Mikey or an M name, really, really prevalent. On I think it's on your husband's side. It could be on your side. So also just make sure you keep it with you. And Denise, I hate to do this. I got to go because I'm running out of time. So keep that with you. Listen to it. And lots of love to you, Denise.
All right, you too. And I'm glad you liked your curler picture.
I loved it. All righty. Bye-bye. And let me just go to the next caller.
Hello?
Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
This is Christy.
Christy, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. You're definitely, Christy, someone who's very, very connected, but it also feels like you're connected. There's because when I just tuned into you, you've got a lot of energy around you, but the wild thing is that when I tune into it, it's energy that's not yours, which means when I see that, it just means that the person I'm talking to is really, really connected, like an empath. I mean, have you ever felt like you pick people's energy up?
Yes.
So perfect. So I got it. So I would have been really shocked if you said no. Someone just yelled out, but really way more than you know. And you've got, I don't know if you have children, but you've got someone also connected to you that is very connected. Like I'm sorry, go ahead, Christy.
No, what were you saying? One of my children?
I think it's someone very, very closely connected to you. I mean, any of your kids, like you notice connected to spirit?
Maybe my youngest.
So just, and where's the A come in? The A name?
That was my brother.
Who's crossed?
Yes.
What is his name?
Aaron.
So just wow. So know that he I love his energy and his smile, because he just stepped forward and said, "There's no way this would be a reading if I didn't pop in. Like, there's no way." And I want Christy to make sure she knows that boy is with you all the time, Christy. Always. And just said to me, tell my beautiful sister, and he emphasized beautiful, how much I know, how much she thinks of me. And do you know that he is right next to you all the time?
I do.
Oh my God, Christy, he's so proud of you, and proud of the whole family, but he's always around you, and said, Stephen, I would never, ever thought I was going to get a sister like this. It makes sense that my sister is very empathic, because the compassion that this woman has is just like, Stephen, it's something you've never experienced with the person. It's a really beautiful thing. And Christy, your brother just said to me too that throughout your life, if you've ever had different like curiosities about different professions or different places, I know people do that, but it's got to be more than that, because your brother just said to me, my sister connects to her past lives a lot. And there's past lives that just go in and out of your life. So if you ever feel like, and your brother said, this has happened, all of a sudden something just came up that, out of nowhere, and you feel like you want to learn something, or you feel like you're very pulled to something, just know how wild it is. And it doesn't happen to a lot of people, that your past lives are just coming, they're actually just like a train, and you're on the track and they're just going right through you. So I don't know if that makes sense, but think about it,
Okay.
in your life. So it's a really, really great validation. And Papa, your dad is here?
No, Papa is my papa. It's my grandfather. Yeah, that's what I called him, was Papa.
Yeah, he just said yell out Papa. So just know that your grandfather is just giving as a validation, and saying that he's with your brother. And there's two things here with the G or J. There's a John or George or Jim or Jack. There's a GJ name, and there's a name passed down. Somebody's got like a middle name of somebody, or someone handed a name down. Just keep that. Make sure you keep that with you. Like, your father could have his middle name as his father, or your grandfather, or that's very surprising. You didn't think or talk about naming a name that's passed down in one of your children?
I have William, that was my other grandfather, and that was his name, and that's my son's middle name. Yeah.
Hello, Christy, you're killing me here. Your grandpa is looking at me like, what is she talking about? She's being silent. So know that they're all giving that as a validation to say, it's us. We know we're with you. And let me just tell you something, because the show's going to end. Your 2022 is, and hear me, is phenomenal.
Really?
Just make sure you keep that with you, and hold on to that, Christy. I tell people when I do readings, everything that comes out of my mouth, there's a reason for it. And if they're saying that for me to tell you, just hang on to it. That doesn't mean that your life's not great now, but there's a reason why they say that. So listen, thank you so much, Christy, and lots of love to you.
Thank you.
All right, alrighty, bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
So that's it. The show is done. It's over. Listen, you can find Coach Elix anywhere on social media. His radio show I almost said TV show, his radio show, Get a Grip with Coach Elix, Fridays at 1 p.m. is also a podcast, so you can find that wherever you can find podcasts, all the social media, Instagram, Facebook, his website, it's all Coach Elix. You can find me, Stephen the Medium, across the board, and check out Mark that produces the show. His show is 2 hours before mine, 3 to 5. It's Mark's Jukebox, which is a really, really cool show. So everybody have a great, great week, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.